The Suros Foundry has always been what I consider a beautiful tragedy. They've created some of the most attractive weapons in the Destiny 2 universe, and some of them are powerful, but nothing in their diverse arsenal speaks to a specific taste. They've created a series of weapons that perform well for everyone, but not everyone wants a weapon that everybody can use. Guardians like to feel special and unique. Today we're going to look at some of my favorite weapons in the Suros Foundry, and see if there's anything in their arsenal that pushes outside of the typical player's comfort zone. Let's get started. Like every artist, the men and women at Suros like to create multiple iterations of their weapons. After 48 attempts at making a kick-ass rocket launcher, they finally succeeded. The Pentatonic 48 is an adaptive frame rocket launcher with a respectable blast radius and projectile velocity with above average handling and reload speeds. Nothing out of the ordinary until you look at the trait, Kill Clip. That's right, the most coveted perk for primary weapons managed to sneak its way into a rocket launcher, and it's absolutely fucking amazing. Honestly, what more do I need to say? You shoot a rocket, blow something up, reload, and your next rocket will blow things up better. Seriously folks, you don't need to be an Omelan mathematician to understand that this is the greatest thing to ever happen. Now, obviously, it's unfortunate that the Pentatonic doesn't have the best-in-class blast radius or the highest projectile velocity, so you have to deal with those shortcomings. But that's a common trend with Suros weapons. They're not the best at any one thing, but they're good at everything. However, the people that worked on this rocket launcher realized they could use clever engineering to push their weapon's average stats over the edge. So yeah, it's a good rocket launcher, but if you can leverage Kill Clip correctly, it's one of the best in the game. Now, if you remember what I said at the beginning about Suros making guns for everyone, and you're thinking, I don't like big explosions, they're too messy. Don't worry, Suros makes more precise weapons too. What's the matter, you thought I was going to talk about a sniper? No, next up we have the precision shotgun. This strange weapon type is unique to the Suros Foundry, and this unlikely marriage between precision and indiscriminate destruction has created something truly terrifying for those on the other end of the barrel. This archetype is for users that think sniping is fun, but also like to grab life by the balls. Although you won't be dishing out carnage as quickly as you would with a rapid-fire shotgun like Hawthorne's or Ikelos, you've got consistency on your side. With a maximum reserve capacity of 21 rounds and a magazine that holds 6, you can dish out an even spread of death to anyone that wants to party. The good bone structure is my favorite variant of the Suros precision shotguns. It comes with your choice of high-caliber rounds or an extended magazine, and the trait is Outlaw. Outlaw increases your reload speed after scoring a precision kill. Whatever combination you choose, you'll be hitting bad guys hard. If you aim for the head, you'll be rewarded with extra damage and an outlaw proc if your shot kills the target. Compared to the other archetypes of shotgun, the Suros precision frames are the hardest to use, and their damage potential is limited by your ability to land precision shots. But I don't think this gun's creators cared for this attractive weapon to be easy. Instead, they wanted the good bone structure to be a classy lady that'll also screw your brains out if you manage to use her the right way. Now, I want you to imagine something for me. You're being chased by a horde of Vex. You've run out of ammunition in your primary weapon, your rocket launcher's gone catatonic, and your good bone structure is bone dry. You're a dead man walking. There's no way out of this situation, unless you've got a dead man walking. Unlike the Omelan 3-burst sidearms, the Suros rapid-fire sidearms have a genuine, this is my last stand feeling about them. They fire at a very healthy 450 rounds per minute at full auto, and the intrinsic perk for Suros rapid fire is an alloy magazine, which gives you faster reloads on an empty mag. That, coupled with a super tight hipfire spread, means you can spray down enemies with ease until you run out of bullets. And fun fact, you'll be running out of bullets a lot with the dead man walking. The biggest downside to this gun and all the Suros rapid-fire pistols is their disgustingly low ammunition reserve capacity. Their magazine capacities also feel low relative to their rate of fire, but that issue is rectified slightly by the alloy magazine that comes standard. For the dead man walking specifically, it has a decent perk combination that seeks to alleviate some of the weapon's negatives. Armor-penetrating rounds will slightly extend your range and increase your damage to shields. Extended mag will up your magazine capacity to a measly 20, up from a pathetic 15. Finally, its trait is under pressure, which increases your weapon's stability as your magazine gets lower. It's an overall powerful backup weapon, and I like pairing it with a strong kinetic weapon that has enough reserves to get me through a long strike. Up until recently, there weren't any kinetic Suros weapons you could pair with the Dead Man Walking. Like most of the other foundries, Suros has kept up with the times and only manufactures energy-based primary weapons and power weapons. But the engineers, scientists, and artists that work at this foundry know there's more to life than technological advancement. They know the importance of letting loose and having fun. The aptly named Suros regime is bringing us back to the old school by shooting bullets instead of elemental bolts. Coming standard with the bastardized versions of perks seen on several different weapons, the Suros regime feels like a hot, bloated mess that couldn't decide what it wanted to be before it left the factory. But I love it all the same. Its exotic perk Suros Legacy is high impact reserves with the added benefit that kills have a chance to trigger health regeneration. In keeping with the Foundry's desire to give Guardians flexibility, the gun has 2 selectable traits that change the gun's mode of fire. Spinning up increases the gun's rate of fire as you hold down the trigger, and Dual Speed Receiver raises the rate of fire during hipfire and lowers it when aimed down sights for precision targeting. The regime's perks are a hodgepodge, but it's holding on to a strange conviction that can easily be mistaken for mediocrity. All the perks that have been crammed into it have been pushed to their extremes and refined on other weapons, meaning if you have an extensive collection of exotics and legendaries like I do, you won't feel anything too unique when you use the gun. But the fact that its creators thought it was possible to cram bits and pieces of everything into one frame, and then did it flawlessly, it's impressive, and you must give credit where credit is due. Overall, the combination of perks on the Suros regime might feel lackluster compared to hyper-specialized guns, but they still push the weapon into a category of its own. The extreme versatility provided by the regime has come at the cost of extreme efficiency, but I can wholeheartedly recommend it because just like the rest of the Suros Foundry, it's not great at anything, but it's trying damn hard to be good at everything. And there we go, that is the Suros Foundry, and those were my favorite weapons within the Foundry. While I was making this video, I was genuinely surprised by how exciting some of these guns were, because the Suros Foundry, like I said, they're all about being adaptable and flexible. None of their weapons are great at anything, but they've got some really good ones that can do a lot of crazy stuff. So with all of that said, we're going to wrap things up here by saying the name of the game is Destiny 2, the name of the channel is iBluairJgR. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know how you feel about the Suros Foundry. Do you like them, or do you prefer your weapons to be a bit more specialized? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.